We've got some breaking news right now out of Paris, where the gunman who tried to unleash a massacre on that high-speed train is now facing charges of attempted murder with terrorist intent. He is Ayoub El-Kazani, tackled, beaten, and hogtied by a number of passengers, as you well know, including some Americans. He'd apparently been watching jihadi videos while sitting on the train moments before that attack.
Internet.
Looking at his internet usage on the phone, that Ayoub El-Kazani was looking at whilst he was on the train on YouTube, on which there were jihadi songs and somebody inspiring people to jihadi acts. Therefore, we have decided to open a preliminary investigation to an attempt of murder under the terrorist laws.
Got more on the attacker, but first we have more today regarding that French American who was injured, actually helping bring down that attacker. He is Marc Moughalian. He was shot in his neck. He was actually the first on that train to try to wrestle that AK-47 out of the gunman's hands, and we can now tell you that his condition has apparently worsened. So let's go straight to Paris for an update on this with my colleague, CNN's Martin Savage. Also, I have with me Bob Baer, CNN intelligence and security analyst and also a former CIA operative. So gentlemen, welcome. And Martin, to you first, can you give me a quick update on this French American? What's his condition right now?
51 years of age. He's being treated at a hospital 2 hours north of Paris. I do have better news for you, and that is we've just had an update from the family, and they say that yes, his condition did worsen overnight, but now they're seeing a slight improvement. And of course, the family continues to ask for people's thoughts and prayers at this difficult time. They feared that he might have been forgotten with all the focus that has been on the other heroes. They want to point out he is very much, as much a hero as any. And of course, he was the most seriously wounded in the attack, Brooke.
Let's say his name again, Marc Moughalian, also heroic there. Now to this attacker, Kazani. Talk to me about more on who he is, these charges he's facing there in France.
Yeah, the prosecutor came forward today and named the official charges, and you've already sort of gone over them. They are attempted murder, then attempted mass murder, and these come under the sort of specific delineation of under French terrorism law, so that means they're extremely serious. And then on top of that, he's being charged with also being a member of a terrorist organization, although it was not named what organization. Now going forward, what the investigators are going to be looking at is, all right, where did he travel? Because it appears he sort of moved all over Europe recently, and was that guided or was it just wandering? And then the other thing they want to know is who may have assisted him along the way. Significantly pointed out by the prosecutor is, here's a man who is allegedly homeless, living in a park days before the attack, yet plunks down 193 euros in cash to buy a first-class ticket, taking him from Brussels to Paris and putting him on that train. How does that happen? So there are a lot of sort of going on in this investigation by the prosecutor's office.
Yeah, Martin, thank you. I want to get to some of his travels in Europe, Bob, with you in a second. But first, just the news today that we found out that he was there, you know, on the train, apparently watching these videos on his phone. These were, you know, YouTube videos of radical jihadists preaching and apparently also singing. What do you read into that, if anything at all?
It looks like, Brooke, he was self-recruited. Number one, he wasn't very good with a weapon. He never should have put himself in that position on a crowded train. Just unwise to do if you had any training at all. Two is that he was on the internet, and if true Islamic State operation that was clandestine, you wouldn't have somebody leaving that digital trail at this point. You know, whether the guy actually made it into Syria at any point or just got to Turkey, I don't think has been established yet. But clearly, I think we're looking at categorizing him as a terrorist and probably a lone wolf.
Talking to Paul Cruikshank on this, one of our terror analysts, you know, I think some of his reporting was that he had perhaps gone in and out of Turkey. I think it was May from July of this year, to your point, did even get into Syria, who knows? You know, I know one of those American heroes was saying, you know, obviously he didn't know how to use these weapons. But bottom line, we do know that, you know, he was flagged as a risk, flagged to passport control in Belgium, en route to Turkey in May. He was still able, Bob, to get on that plane and fly, again, of all places, to a country neighboring Syria. How was that possible?
Exactly. Where do you get the money? But more than that, where do you get the weapon? 9 magazines, a Kalashnikov. You just don't buy those on the market.
Where did he get it?
Somebody supplied it to him. He may have been self-recruited, but somebody is backing him up in some way, both, as you said, with money and the weapon. It's just really, truly impossible to get an automatic weapon. It's not like the United States. You have to have a network to back this up, and I think that's probably what has the French so concerned at this point. Are there other people out there being handed weapons?